So it's part 2 for the Ikoria spoilers, ranking and tier list video. And there was a lot announced over the past day, so I'll try and get through it as quickly as I can. Obviously a lot of really cool cards in this set. So if you enjoyed this video and you enjoyed yesterday's video, then, I mean, maybe you should just subscribe to the channel, because I'll be doing more stuff like this. And if you think that I'm completely wrong about something, then be sure to tell me as well. So this kind of video really doesn't need a lengthy introduction. Let's just get on with things. Hey, so before we get on with the rest of the video, if you could consider liking the video, commenting the video, subscribing if you enjoyed it, and hitting the bell icon. And also, you could follow us on Facebook and Twitter if you enjoy magic memes, and also follow us on Twitch where you get to watch videos like this happen live. So yeah, let's just get on with it. Before we go on any further, I do want to say that this guy here, which is this Yadaro card, discussing it with a friend, I'm actually bumping Yadaro up to B tier. I think maybe it could actually be good. Now that I know how cycling works, I thought cycling could be something that could be negated. Turns out it's not. You can't negate cycling. It's just an ability that you activate from hand. That just everything has. It also is instant speed. So like, that's just makes it way better. I thought if it was sorcery speed, then... But you could play this like potentially in flash decks, and then eventually you're just flashing in like 8/8 guys. So our first card is Blood Curdle. It's just a common card. So it's a 4 mana destroy a thing, which is like pretty much like standard fare. But you also get to put a menace counter on something. I can definitely see this being an incredibly strong pick in black for draft. Like, I mean, it is what it is. But it's, I mean, it'll probably never see standard play due to more efficient versions of it. But it's certainly a good draft pick, so I'm going to put it on C tier. Another common, we've got Shredded Sails. I think I remember liking this, so it's like one of those like side deck cards that actually have like a bit of a purpose. Or like, not a purpose, but utility. So, 2 mana red, instant. It's 1 in the red to cast, destroy an artifact, or deal 4 to target creature with flying. And it's got cycling too, so I quite like that. It's like an artifact destruction side deck, but it has cycling, so it's got an amount of utility. Let's just stick that in the C tier. Like, it's like another like solid side deck card. Like the cycling versions of like the general side deck stuff is stuff that I'm quite into. Next card is Back for More. So this is an uncommon. It's a 6 mana black and green instant. So 6 mana instant, okay. But it's a 4 black and a green cast. Return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. When you do it, it fights up to 1 target creature you don't control. I just think like, when it comes to reanimator cards, you just want them to be as efficient as possible. The added like removal just isn't really worth the 6 mana for a reanimation effect. It's like okay, but it's just far too slow for what it's like attempting to do. Like, for 6 mana you might as well just cast a guy, do you know what I mean? As opposed to having to like set up in the grave. Right, so where is it? I think this is it. Back for More. I'm sticking Back for More in D tier, because I really don't see it being played. Like, it's probably quite good in draft, but even then it's still like super highly costed. Voracious Great Shark. Now, I think this card was pretty cool. It's a 5 mana blue, 3 and 2 blue to cast, and it's a shark creature with flash, and when it enters battlefield, counter target artifact or creature spell. I think this is cool as fuck. It's kind of like a bigger Frilled Mystic. Yes, Frilled Mystic is 1 less, but it's like another Frilled Mystic to add onto the fucking pile of Frilled Mystics in it. And because it's like artifact or creature spell, maybe it'll be relegated to the side, but even then it's just a big flash beater guy. Card's really cool. I think we can stick that thoroughly in B tier, I think. Right, Auspicious Starix. Right, so this is a 5 mana green creature, Elk Beast. It's a 4 and a green to cast, with a 5 and a green mutate. Uncommon. So whenever this creature mutates, exile cards from the top of your library until you exile X permanent cards, where X is the number of times this creature is mutated. Put those... Shit, that's actually quite good. Jesus fucking hell, this is like a really, really good mutate base. 5 mana 6/6, the stats are like decent, but so every time you mutate, you just get to put a card or X cards from the top of your deck onto the battlefield. This is fucked. This is really, really good. This is fucked. This thing's fucking amazing. Just get anything from the top of your deck multiple times. Right, you know what? I'm gonna make a call here, and I'm gonna say, like, if you can like ramp and abuse this, I'm putting this in an A. Like, this is no matter what, you just get free shit. Card's amazing. You heard it here first. So, General's Enforcer, right? So we've got a 2 mana, and it's a white and a black to cast. Creature, human soldier, legendary human. Oh, right, so it's not legendary human. It's legendary humans you have indestructible, so that you control. So, and then you can pay 2 and a white and a black to exile target card from a graveyard, and if it was a creature, create a 1/1 white human soldier creature token. Yeah, it's pretty good. It's probably more of a commander thing. I doubt there's going to be much like specifically legendary human deck, but I can see this having its place. It's also got this like a 2/3 for 2, and just giving shit indestructible is very good. Yeah, it's like a solid card, but by all means, it's definitely not bad. It'll see fringe play in like casual decks, so I think we can probably put that in like B. Okay, so we've got Capella Gor. This is a 7 mana Leviathan creature, uncommon. It's 7/7, and it is 5 and 2 blue to cast with a 5 and a blue mutate, so it's like 6 for the mutate. Whenever this creature mutates, tap up to X target creatures, where X is the number of times this creature is mutated. Those creatures don't untap during this roll's next untap step. Oh, I'm not feeling this one, personally. Yeah, I'm not feeling this one at all. I think that when you want, like, untap, like, prison-y lockdown effects, you probably want things to be a little bit cheaper. Because you essentially want this as the mutate base, because if you mutate over something, then it... Like, yeah, it's alright if you're mutating multiple times. Again, I don't think that mutating multiple times is going to be a particularly great strategy. Cool, you mutate this, for the 3rd time, and then you go, right, okay, I'll just kill it. Right, and then all 3 things die, and you're left with nothing. No field presence, so I really don't think that mutating over and over and over again, unless you're able to make the card advantage back, like with that last card we discussed. Yeah, I'm not a fan of this one. I'm going to stick Capella Gor, probably in C. Yeah, definitely in C. There we are. It's a lot to get through. Death's Oasis, which is a 3 mana enchantment, and it's just Abzan colours to cast. It's a rare. And whenever a non-token creature you control dies, put the top 2 cards of your library in your graveyard, then return a creature card with lesser converted mana cost than the creature that died from your graveyard to your hand. Then you can pay 1 and sack Death's Oasis. You gain life equal to the greatest converted mana cost among creatures you control. That last effect is kind of dog shit, to be fair. Right, so I think this card was almost like insanely good, but it is quite right. So the thing that I like about this is, say you're playing Cat Oven, cool. Every time you sack a cat, you get to like mill yourself more. So there's definitely like just the constant milling synergy is probably what this will be used for if it does get used. Adding back to your hand is certainly useful, but the fact it's like lesser, it's not a bad card at all. I just don't, I think it's just a bit awkward and slow. So I think I'm feeling like high C for this. I just don't see it getting played. Right, so we've got Clash of Titans, which is a 5 mana red card, 3 and 2 red, instant, and target creature fights another target creature. So the interesting thing is you can make 2 your own guys fight with this. I don't know why that would be useful. I don't know why this card's good at all. Like, so it's a fight effect in red, sure, but it's 5 mana for a fight. So I'm not doing that. Like, there's 2 mana fights that, like, Dormy's Ambush is better than this. Maybe there's some kind of synergy that I'm not getting, but I'm putting this. I'm really feeling D with this one. Like, there's just better removal in red. I just don't get what I'm really feeling D. Like, it's probably going to be okay in draft. Like, you know what I mean? Like, any kind of removal or whatever. But yeah, I don't see the. Maybe somebody can help me with this one, but maybe I'll amend this later. But I'm not feeling it. Right. So now I'm just going to show one of these. It is the 3 mana like cycling mana rocks. They'll probably be used in like. It's mana fixing, sure. 3 mana for a mana rock's pretty steep. If it was 2 mana, sure. But the cycling kind of counteracts that. I guess they're probably like C. Like I can't see them being any like, you know what I mean. They fix your mana, so can they really be much worse than C? I don't think so. No, I just need to find them in this like minuscule list that I have here. Alright, okay, well that's 5 off the list at least. Call of the Death Dweller. I think this card is fucking the nuts. This card is so cool. So we've got a 3 mana, like, recursion effect kind of thing, but it's like super flexible in terms of how the cheaper recursion effects generally are. A reanimator effect, I guess. So it's a 3 mana black sorcery and return up to 2 target creatures with a total converted mana cost 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. So, the amazing thing is, this gets back Mayhem Devil if you want it to, in the deck that you'd be playing Mayhem Devil in. Put a Death Touch counter on either of them, then put a Menace counter on either of them. So, let's just think some applications. You can hit Dreadhorde Butcher and like a Knight of the Ebon Legion. Put Death Touch on Dreadhorde Butcher, so then if you kill it, it's going to ping a thing and kill another thing. Seems quite good, if you ask me. Having Menace on Ebon Legion so it can just fire in. Very nice. This card's very nice. Oh, I'll bring back 2 sack fodder for Priest. Yeah, don't mind if I do. Yeah, Call of Death Dweller. It's high B. It might even be A, low A. I think it's really extremely good. I can definitely see it being played. I would absolutely play this in Rakdos right now. Alright, so we've got Glowstone Recluse, which is a 3 mana spider creature, uncommon, 2/3, right? So that's pretty much, you know, par for the course. But it's got a 4 mana mutate, it's got reach as well. Whenever this creature mutates, put 2 1/1 counters on it. So it's one of those good mutate bases. It makes your guy bigger and bigger. I don't see it getting played. Again, mutate, you just need to be getting advantage off it. Just making a bigger guy that's just gonna die isn't worth it. It's probably useful in like draft, but I think this is a solid D pick. It feels better than D, but I'm pretty sure it's D. I don't know why this is definitely not getting played. So we've got Keep Safe, which is a 2 mana instant. Counter target spell that targets a permanent you control. Oh my god! Right, okay, so this has the I love this card. This card is really sick. Because a counter spell that has a draw added onto it is fucking good, right? So this is absolutely hot sideboard tech. Absolutely. You could possibly main it depending how the meta goes. But I would definitely be siding this. This card is fucking great. So I'm putting this in B. So we've got another mythic now, and it's Chevelle, Bane of Monsters, which is a 2 mana green-black legendary creature, human rogue with Death Touch, and it's 1/3 for 2. So at the beginning of your upkeep, if your opponent controls no permanents with bounty counters on them, put a bounty counter on target creature or planeswalker an opponent controls. Sure. And it's during your upkeep, okay. Whenever a permanent opponent controls with a bounty counter on it dies, you gain 3 life and draw a card. Right, okay. This card's really nice. I don't think this should be a mythic at all. It shouldn't be a mythic, but this card is it's nice. I like it a lot. It's not even slow either. I feel like it's awkward color-wise, but there's definitely a lot of removal in black and green, so yeah, it's cool. I'm feeling solid B. Okay, so Indestructible Link. It's a 5 mana black sorcery, 4 and a black to cast. Return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield with a lifelink counter on it. So it's less cost efficient Blood for Bones, less card efficient Blood for Bones, and it doesn't give haste like the way Bond the Revival does, so ultimately it is not as good as either of those options. So Indestructible Link is going into D because it's just outclassed by 2 other better cards. Yeah, it's not getting played because I'm absolutely playing Blood for Bones over this card every single time. Lifelink is not worth it. So Tiger's Will is an interesting card because it's a 2 mana white instant. And this is like a really solid pick in draft, but nowhere else. So target creature gets +2/+2 till end of the turn, but if it's blocking, instead put 2+1 counters on it, and it has cycling. So I think it's like a solid pick in draft. So it's one of those the B tier cards, but they're B only because of how good they are in draft. Like I would absolutely be picking this in draft every time. Okay, so yeah, it's gonna be Reconnaissance Mission. Oh my god, Reconnaissance Mission next, which is a 4 mana blue enchantment, 2 and 2 blue to cast. Whenever a creature you control deals combat damage to a player, you may draw a card, and it has 2 cycling. So these enchantments that have cycling on them is very, very nice because it means that, you know, these redundant copies of it you can just get rid of. It is kind of slow, however, which is annoying. I don't see it getting played simply because of how slow it is. When you're playing 4 mana, you want to be like, oh, I'm summoning like a stronger card, like a Planeswalker or whatever, but you play 4 mana and then that's your turn ended at this point. Okay, I think it's like a C tier card. There we go. So yeah, it's getting stuck in C. Next card, Trumpeting Gnar, which is a 3 mana creature, a 3 mana beast creature, and it's a 3/3 with. This is one of the mutate cards. The all art again being very nice. But so its mutate is whenever this creature mutates, create a 3/3 green beast creature token. Now I quite like this because it gives you tokens to mutate onto, and it's only 3 mana, so it is a really nice mutate base. You can get it out turn 2. I don't see it being played. Maybe there are decks that will take advantage of this. So definitely like nice play around decks, but I'm gonna stick this in C, but like a solid C. Like it's good. Perhaps B, it's kind of borderline. So I'm gonna stick it in like high C, even though there isn't technically a high C. I don't know if I should put this at high or this at high. I'll put this at high, right? But yeah, it is very nice. I mean, actually, this is like, if you've got mutate cards, this is super good in draft if you're able to take advantage of that. Like, really, really solid. Fuck. I'm so torn on this one. We'll see when it comes later. This is one that I'll need to, like, kind of see with, but it's just being 3 mana with mutate is, like, quite nice. Right, so we've got I've completely like a vanilla card. It doesn't do anything. It's just a 3/1 for 2. This no, straight into this pangolin tier. Right, cool. Wingfold Terron, not Pterodon, but it's a 6 mana blue dinosaur creature with 3/6, and it bafflingly doesn't have flying, unless it does have flying. But for 6 mana, 3/6, okay, but its effect is, it enters the battlefield with your choice of flying counter or a hexproof counter on it. So that's right. Okay, so it's obviously fucked in like draft. It's obviously good because like just being able to play something with hexproof in draft is like basically just win the game. This hasn't seen play anywhere else though, so I think this can be relegated to C. It's a very nice card. I like having the choice of hexproof or flying. But I mean, let's be fair, what? For 1 extra mana, you can play Dream Trawler in like essentially the same colours for both of them. This is C simply because it's like a good draft pick, but if draft didn't exist, it's just going into E because it's outclassed entirely. Here's a card that Right, the wording on this fries my fucking brain. So, Methis of Vadra. So it is a 3-mana black instant that says destroy target non-land creature. But if you pay a green, white, and a black to cast it, you can destroy target non-land permanent. Which is how this effect works, by the way. It's a less efficient Assassin's Trophy with more restrictive colouring. I think that there's a big Abzan push for some reason in this set. I don't get it, but maybe it's just they've just shown his Abzan stuff and they're going to show his other triple coloured things later on. I think it's obviously insanely good Abzan. It's incredibly good. It is an incredibly good card, so it's going straight in. It is a B card, like universal removal, 3 mana. Yeah, there's like a reason why Murderous Rider's a good card, and this is good for like the same reason, basically. Alright, so we've got Methis of Snap Tax, which I think is a really shit name. Right, this card is a 4 mana white sorcery pseudo board wipe that says each player chooses an artifact, a creature, an enchantment, and a planeswalker from among the non-land permanents they control, then sacrifice the rest. So it's just kind of like an even the playing field sort of card. But it means that, like, it kind of works as like a board wipe. Like, oh, those you've got no planeswalkers and tons of guys right now. You've only got one guy, whatever. However, if you use a black and a red along with the white to cast this, you get to choose the permanents that each player keeps. Interesting says each player, so it's clearly a commander-oriented card. So yeah, it's okay. It is what it is. It's like a C card, definitely. It could potentially be like decent side deck material, depending on the format, but that's about as far I'm going to go with how good this card is. Monstrous Path is up next, and it's a 5 mana green sorcery uncommon. It's 4 green to cast. Target creature gets +7/+7 till the end of the turn. Target creature must block if able to this turn. Does this mean that you then get to target a different creature that has to block? So they are 2 separate sentences, right? This is now significantly better. Again though, this is like a 5 mana, like, slow murder. Do you know what I mean? Like, I mean, it's a C card. I would rather just get rid of something. I would rather just play Domri's Ambush and just kill it and then it's permanently bigger. Domri's Ambush just outclasses all of these fucking cards, like, infinitely. So it's going straight into C. Okay, so Proud Wild Bonder, which is a 4 mana human creature warrior, or a human warrior creature rather, with trample. That's a 4/3 for 4, so that's fine. And it's 2 and a red and a green cast. Creatures you control with trample you may have this creature assign its combat damage as though it weren't blocked. So that means it kills a thing and then does like the full damage through stuff. I think. I don't think it's worth it. I don't even think it's especially good in draft either. I just don't think this is very good at all. It just doesn't do enough, really. This effect just it doesn't sway the game enough. So I'm gonna just stick this in D tier. Yeah, absolutely D tier. It's like a really inconsequential passive for 4 mana. Dreamtail Heron, which is a 5 mana. It's like another mutate guy, so it's a 5 mana elemental bird creature, 3/4 with flying. So that's fine. Is a common, but it's a common mutate, so it's got a 4 mana mutate, so that's kind of cool. Whenever this creature mutates, draw a card. I know that this won't see play, but it is one of the better mutate things. Cool, mutate, draw a card. You get to retain the card advantage that you're losing from them just killing one big mutated guy. Again, there's a lot of effects that seem to encourage mutating multiple times over one guy, and that's just really bad doing that. Obviously, you get to stack all the effects up. Sure, like, I get it. But it's also just so vulnerable to, like, yeah, I'm just gonna kill this one thing. So, just by the way though, if you mutate over a guy when the mutate thing, like when the creature that you're mutating for is on the stack, if you kill the thing that it's mutating onto before it goes onto, it just comes in as a guy. So you can theoretically cast things for cheaper costs, so people need to be like wary about that. I'm sticking this in C because it is realistically good as a mutate base. Card called Wilt. It's a 2-mana green instant. Destroy artifact or enchantment, recycling 2. So that's... I think this is very, very nice. I think this just straight up power creeps Return to Nature. Which is destroy target artifact or enchantment, exile a target from graveyard. So the cycling is actually super nice. I really like Wilt a lot. I'm going to stick this in a solid B. I would definitely play this over Return to Nature. I always find that Return to Nature is always hitting like artifacts or enchantments. I'm never really... If I'm exiling a card from my grave, I'm exiling all the cards from my grave. You know what I mean? So... yeah, I think Wilt's really nice. It's a good card. Right, so we've got Quartz Forest Crusher, which is a 5-mana dinosaur beast creature 6/6. So it's got a little bit above the curve there in terms of its stats. It's a rare as well. It's also got Trample, and it's a 2 red and a green to cast. Whenever one or more creatures you control with Trample deal combat damage to a player, create an XX green dinosaur beast token with Trample where X is the damage dealt to that player. It's just a bit slow. See if this had haste, it'd be fucking cool. But it is just kind of slow. I mean, realistically, you're playing this on 5, you've got other things to attack with. But it is creatures you control with Trample deal combat damage, so you're just playing this in Trample Tribal. I mean, a lot of cards have Trample and you can stick thing, but it's just whatever, right? I mean, maybe it's okay as like a Gruul top end. Like it's not bad, but it is. I just feel like it's a bit one more. Let's see what these 3 comments say on it actually. How does this work with multiple opponent? Oh sure. Would this trigger twice on double strike? I'm not sure. I mean, he's saying it's shit. I'm saying it's just whatever. I think this is just one of those big guys. So I'm gonna stick it in C. I think it's just a C, like just bit below average kind of thing. I also need to move the Essence Capture straight to C. It really should be an S. So we've got Dire Tactics next, which is a 2-mana Orzhov instant. Exile target creature. If you don't control a human, you lose life equal to that creature's toughness. Yeah, this card's sick. This card is fucking sick. So they've got... It seems like they're doing this whole like humans versus creatures kind of thing going on with the set. And if you're just playing a humans deck, this is sick removal. 2-mana exile a creature. Fantastic. I'm absolutely taking this. I mean, it's basically almost Path to Exile. Almost. Like, this is about as close as Path to... Well, let me just double check Path to Exile, actually. Swords to Plowshares is actually what this is. Yeah, this is sick. I like Dire Tactics a lot. Dire Tactics, solid fucking B. Potentially even A. Well, it's not generic enough to be A, so it's definitely a solid B. Especially for uncommon. That's a fucking good uncommon. Here we are. First S of the list. Fiend Artisan. Card is so good. So it's 2-mana, Nightmare Creature 1/1. So that's like, you go and that's those stats and you're like, okay, whatever. But you can pay either 2 black or 2 green, or a green and a black to cast it. So you can play it in black or in green. And it gets +1/1 for each creature in your graveyard. So automatically, it has that nice synergy there. So that's cool. But then, it has the effect of pay X and a black or a green, tap it and sack a creature, right? Search your library for a creature card with converted mana cost X or less and put it in the battlefield. Search your deck for fucking anything. Yes, I don't mind if I do. Search for Mayhem Devil, definitely get it on turn 4. Yep, don't mind if I do. Search for any fucking combo piece. This thing is, it's like, it initially seems like Prime Speaker Vannifar, but it's just kind of way fucking better. The fact that this can search almost, you get to pick what you're getting very specifically with this card, and because of that, it's very, very good if your opponent doesn't answer it immediately. Fiend Artisan, absolutely S tier. Abso-fucking-lutely S tier. Cavern Whisperer, back down to a common, so this is a 5 mana black nightmare creature, 4/4, so that's fine. One of the mutates though, it's got a 4 mana mutate, so I quite like that when the mutate thing is like less. But whenever this creature mutates, each opponent discards a card. It's just bad. Sadly, it's just bad. Hand control just ain't that very good, and which is insane because like hand control in Yu-Gi-Oh is like fucked. But in against Magic, it's just not that great. But it's like this guy says, it is possibly Pauper playable. I mean, I guess all commons are theoretically Pauper playable, but yeah, it's just D. I'm definitely not mutating. Like, I'm mutating to make a big fucking. I'm mutating to go fucking in on a guy. I'm not mutating to get a card out of my opponent's hand. Flourishing Fox. So this is quite nice because it's a nice wee white weenie support. It's a 1 mana 1/1 Fox creature. Whenever you cycle another card, put a 1/1 on Flourishing Fox, and it's got a 1 mana cycle. Yeah, it just is what it is, isn't it? I think it's pretty cool. I like it. It's like a solid C. It really depends on how the other, like... It's not a bad card at all, but it's got like limited uses. Let's see what people say. It's just, I think it's cool. I guess if you're playing like a cycle deck, cycle tribal, but it's cool in White Weenie, so can always do a 1 mana 1/1s. So Channeled Force, which is a 4 mana blue red instant. And as an additional cost to cast this spell, discard X cards, and target player draws X cards. Channel Force deals X damage up to 1 target creature or planeswalker. If this said target opponent, then yeah, it might be playable, but it's just bad. It's just fucking bad. So you discard your hand and then draw that many. Okay, sure, but you're playing 4 mana for it, and then maybe it's not bad. Fuck, I can't tell if this is good or not. Cool, I get to ditch useless cards out my hand and then fill it up with negates or removal. Oh, I don't know where to put this. I just don't think I'm good enough at the game to make a call on this card. So I'm going to put Channel Force as a C. The fact that it's like you can draw as many as you discard, sure, put it in C. Next we have Devouring Bite, which is a 3 mana green sorcery uncommon. As an additional cost to cast this, reveal a creature card from your hand, sure. Devouring Bite deals damage to target creature or planeswalker equal to the revealed card's power. So it's like a murder for green. Green doesn't really have any like spot removal as such. I mean, Domri's Ambush is this, so this is like kind of like a Domri's Ambush, not really. It's kind of it's like a pseudo fight effect, if you know what I mean. It's not fight, but it's kind of like fight, because you're like dealing damage to a. Now here's the thing. It says Devouring Bite deals damage. That's fine. I thought if it had like Death Touch, then it's like the creature in your hand deals damage, but it doesn't. It's okay. Again, I'm playing Domri's Ambush over this every single time, so it's just a C. Next we have Methis of Vadra. So many weird names card in this set. So it's a 4 mana sorcery, 2 and 2 red to cast. Methis of Vadra deals 5 damage divided as you choose among any number of target creatures and or planeswalkers. If white blue was spent to cast a spell, so if you go white blue red red, until your next turn those permanents can't attack or block, and their activated abilities can't be activated. Card shit. It's just shit. If you're playing white and blue for the other effect, then you would obviously just play Deafening Clarion or another better board wipe. This is just bad. I can't wait to open many of this in a fucking pack. Yeah, I'm putting this in D. I just don't know why you'd ever play this. Fertilid, which is a 3-mana green creature elemental, and it comes into the battlefield with 2 1/1 counters on it. So it's like a 2/2 for 3. You can pay 1 and a green, remove a 1/1 counter. Target player searches their library for a basic land, puts it on the battlefield tapped, and then shuffles the library. Huh. I can't tell if this is good or not. Like, it is ramp. So it's 3 mana. Nah, this is bad. So you're essentially paying 7 mana to get. Nah, it has the illusion of this being good, but it's not. It's not. I'm putting this straight into D. It gives the illusion of ramp, but you're not playing this in ramp. You're just fucking not. You're having to spend mana at ramp, which is just counterintuitive. Okay, so we have probably my favourite card ever. You can't play your commander. Get it up you. You can't play creatures from grave. Get it up you. But yeah, Drannith Magistrate. It's 2 mana human wizard creature 1/3. So it's like one of those 2 mana got a slightly bigger ass cards. So I like that. Your opponent can't cast spells from anywhere other than their hands. Yeah, this is like insane side deck material, and it's like main deck in white in Commander. So yeah, card's very good. Not that Commander means anything, but a lot of people, it's gonna make Commander players angry. So it goes straight into S tier. Like it actually is S tier in terms of like how fucking amazing it is as side deck material. So anyway, so we've got Mass Extinction. I really like this card. So it is a 4 mana black sorcery. Choose odd or even, exile all creatures with converted mana cost of the chosen trait. So it's like a pseudo blackboard wipe. So like potentially being able to exile an opponent's entire board is very nice. Obviously it just kind of depends, but it's untargeted exile removal. I think it's a nice card. It's a very nice card. I'm going to stick this in B. So we're on to our next mythic here, and it's General Kudro of Drannith, which is a 3 mana legendary human soldier creature 3/3. Other humans you control get +1/+1, and whenever this card or another human enters the battlefield under your control, exile a target card from opponent's graveyard. So that's nice, but you can sacrifice 2 humans, destroy target creature with power 4 or greater. So I guess it works with like, immediately I'm thinking Hero of Precinct 1, which given this weird Orzhov human slant that they've got is definitely something you can play in. But it also works with like Raise the Alarm, I guess. So you can pay 4 mana to kill one guy if you really want. It's certainly a good card, but I can't believe it's a mythic. This is like, I just don't know how good human tribal is going to be. Maybe it's like a splash, like 1 or 2 of. I think it's like a C. I just don't think it's that great. But to be fair though, it is a human lord for 3 mana, so we are forgetting that, right? Okay, so see, because of that, it's going to be right. So we've got Phase Dolphin, which is a irritatingly a 3 mana elemental whale, not dolphin. So it's a 3 mana 1/4 elemental whale dolphin, which is a 2 and a blue to cast. Whenever Phase Dolphin attacks, another target attacking creature can't be blocked. It's like a last minute pick in draft. It's pretty bad. I think it's a solid D. Next card is Insatiable Hemorrhage, and that's a 4 mana black nightmare creature 3/3 with mutate. So it's got 3. It's one of these elusive 3 mana mutates. I bet there'll be like a pure amazing 2 mana mutate base. But it's so it's got Death Touch as well, so it gives everything that's mutated on it Death Touch. Whenever this creature mutates, each opponent loses X life, and you gain X life, where X is the number of times this creature mutated. Okay, so it's just bad. Again, you're not gaining cards out of this, so as far as I'm concerned, that's bad. Valiant Rescuer. There we go. So this is a 2-mana human soldier creature, 3/1. 2-mana 3/1s kind of bug me because they can just be blocked by anything. But it's got cycling too, so that's nice. Whenever you cycle another card for the first time each turn, create a 1/1 white human soldier creature token. So it does seem like there's a cycling tribal thing going on here, and I don't really understand it, but it is what it is. It's like, okay, right? I mean, it's pretty cool. Like, it's basically a hero of Precinct 1. Kind of. I mean, it's not at all, but depending if there's like weirdly more cycle support, but it's just kind of so-so, right? I think it goes in C. Next we have Migration Path. This card is just straight up power creeped circuitous route, right? So I think the thing is this can't get gates, but who gives a fuck? It's just that, but it also has cycling, so it's just straight up better. So I guess this is like high C, potentially even B, just because it like straight up power creeps a card. Stick it in C just now, and then I'll see how I feel later. Barrier Breach, which is a 3-mana green instant, which is a 2 and a green to play. Exile up to 3 target enchantments. Oh. With cycling 2, this card is really good. Yeah, this card's really good. Like, depending on the format and the decks that are being played, this is like incredible side deck material. Incredible. So, yeah, okay, this is a very, very good card. Like, it's obviously like limited in what it does, but what it does insanely well. So this is definitely a B. We've got Obosh the Burrower, which is a 5-mana Hellion Horror legendary creature, 3/5. So its stats are like whatever for 5 mana. It's also a companion card. So each non-land card in your starting deck must have an odd converted mana cost. This might be one that I would be the most inclined to use, because its effect is whenever a source you control with an odd converted mana cost deals any damage, double that damage instead. So it means that your shocks deal 4 damage. It means your what does 3? See, the annoying thing is it's only the 1-mana things that really mean anything. There probably is build-arounds. Its effect is insane, but it's, again, so restrictive. And I'm just trying to think of, like, 3-mana, like, CMC cards that deal damage that you would give a shit about. And now I just can't think of any now. Maybe this is just a worse Torbran. You know, I think it might just be a worse Torbran, and it just gives the illusion of being better. So, I think this is, honestly, just because of how restrictive that is, and, like, it really only hits shock and burn in terms of, like, dealing damage cards. C. It is what it is, it's a C. Riel the Everwise, which is a 3-mana, blue-red, human wizard legendary creature, 0/3 in stats. And it's a 1 and a blue and a red to cast. So Riel the Everwise gets +1/+0 for each instant and sorcery in your graveyard. So that's like kind of nice. It can get pretty big fairly quickly. Whenever you discard 1 or more cards for the first time each turn, draw that many cards. So this is the cycle support, right? This turns all your cycling into draw cards specifically. If you can get like what the elusive 1-mana cycles, then it's kind of cool, yeah. The other thing as well is like this cycle support, oddly enough, really plays into that that enchantment that whenever you draw your second card every turn, you make like a guy. So it kind of plays into that, doesn't it? It's quite cool. I like this card a lot. Yeah, I think this is a. Is it B? I think it might be a B. I think it might be a B. Okay, so here's a card that I fucking love. Is Shark Typhoon, and this is a 6 mana enchantment. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, create X blue shark creature tokens with flying, where X is that spell's converted mana cost. So for every time you cast a spell, just create that many sharks. So like I could see this being played in like Planeswalker Ramp, where you just play Planeswalkers, get this out turn 4, and then every Planeswalker just creates a shark after that. It also has cycling as well, and it's when you cycle Shark Typhoon, create like a X shark. So the cycle's like so decent as well. I fucking love this card. It's just so slightly too high costed that I just don't know if it's like playable. But I guess we'll see. I guess we'll see. I'm definitely putting this into like C, but big fucking asterisk. I'm definitely building a deck around it though. Fucking definitely. I think everybody will be. It's just the most fun card ever made. Next we're on to Methis of Vadra, and this is a 4 mana green sorcery, 2 and 2 green to cast. If blue and black was used to cast a spell, search your library for a card, put it into your graveyard, then shuffle your library. Otherwise, return up to 2 permanent cards from your graveyard to your hand. So basically what this card does is if you pay one... if you play a blue, black, and 2 green, you search the library for a card, put it in the bin, then you can add that to your hand if you want. So it can technically search any card from your deck. And there are 4 mana cards that just straight up search whatever you need them to search. So theoretically this card like is good. Even like being Sultai colours isn't really that restrictive. It's just you play it in Sultai. So getting to like search whatever card you want, or potentially get back another card that's used, it is a good card. Probably used in some kind of combo. 4 mana seems kind of expensive, but it might not be. Especially if it just lets you search your win button for like turn 5 or whatever. And if you're playing it in Sultai, you're ramping, so you could potentially play this turn 3. So Methis of Vadra, I'm feeling high C. Like I definitely am feeling high C with it. I feel like I need another tier where it's like not quite B, not quite solid, but it's like, you know, something could come out for this, you know. Oh, so last 4. We've got Stormwind Capella Gor, which is a 3 mana bird goat creature 1/3 with flying. And if non-combat damage would be dealt to Stormwind Capella Gor, prevent that damage, put a 1/1 counter on it for each 1 damage prevented this way. Really fucking shit. So it's like kind of good against red. I mean, it's actually insane against red now that I think about it. Because red just can't kill it. Like, unless red has something with reach or flying, it can't do anything to this card. It's quite funny, actually. So maybe this is actually alright. You just straight up need a kill spell. Okay, I'm giving this another high C, because it could potentially be really, really good. I mean, I feel that... Yeah, you know, I like it. It's pretty funny. I think I need to make another tier, definitely, of like... It's clearly got a good effect and it's interesting, but at this point we don't know if there's enough support or whatever. So yeah, okay, cool. Pouncing Shore Shark. So this is a 5 mana shark beast creature, 4/3 with flash, which is interesting, keep that in mind, with a 4 mana mutate. So being able to mutate at flash speed for 4 mana, interesting. Whenever this creature mutates, you may return target creature an opponent controls to its owner's hand. I think this card is so good. So, there you go, play my mutate guy, or at the end of their turn or whatever. This is so sick. So you flash in, and then you mutate on a guy, and then you bounce a guy, and then forever, whenever you're mutating, you're just like bouncing shit. I think this is really, really good. Like for sure. In fact, I mean, just the fact that it has the bounce effect to begin with is really fucking good. Yeah, this card's like really, really sick. So what you could do, they attack with a guy, and you go right, Shore Shark, flash it in. You now have a blocker, or you have you just bounce a guy, or you can bounce one of the guys and block another guy. Card's sick. Pouncing Shore Shark. Yeah, you're a. I think you're a B. I really think this card's a B. Ikoria, which is a 4 mana black-green beast creature with 4/4, so that's nice enough. With a 4 mana mutate as well, so I like it when the mutates aren't more. So when this card mutates, return target permanent from your graveyard to your hand. This one's quite interesting because this is like, it's like a pseudo counteract to the whenever you mutate a guy and it dies, it loses advantage. So you can then like go mutate this, add back a guy that's like died to then keep mutating, or indeed just keep adding back other like good target permanent. So like cool, I can add back lands, add back things that other things are destroyed. I think this card's good. Again, I think I would put this in the not C but not B category, so I'm putting this in a high C currently. I quite like this card a lot. It's like a bit mid-rangey for sure, but again it does count. It's a mutate that counteracts the mutate problem. Here's a card that I really, really like actually. So it's Footfall Crater, which is a 1 mana red enchantment. You enchant a land, and then the land has target creature gains trample and haste till the end of the turn, and it's also a 1 mana cycling. I think this card's really, really good. Just as like a 1 or a 2 of, and then you play it like super quickly, and then everything just has fucking trample and haste forever. That's sick! That's so good! Like, this is so good. It's so cool. Yeah, I think this card's really good. I want to say this card's B tier. This is definitely usable just because how fucking cheap it is, and it has cycling. So even if you're using it as a more than 1 of, it's still just a 1 mana draw. Yeah, let's get this in B. I think this card's fucking really, really nice. So we're on to Neutralize, which is a 3 mana counter spell that has cycling, which seems very, very, very good to me. I think this is just straight up better than Sinister Sabotage, personally. So the fact that it just becomes a better option than Sinister Sabotage, is the Scry better than the cycling option? The thing is like, are you ever going to cycle a counter spell in a deck that uses counter spells? You very well might. Having the option isn't a bad thing. So it's at the very least as good as Sinister Sabotage, and it's just counter target spell. So I think Neutralize, very good card. I think I'm going to stick it in B just because it's as good as Sinister Sabotage. So next we've got Boon of the Wishgiver, which is a 6 mana sorcery, draw 4 cards with cycling 1. It's just kind of bad. This card to me, I'm never playing 6 mana to draw 4. That's just far too much. There's way more efficient draw spells. I mean, 4 cards is obviously really good. So I guess you could argue it's a 1 mana draw spell at the start, and it is just 1 mana draw spells until you have 6 mana to pay for it. Again though, see if it was instant, I'd be like, yeah, sure. But it's a sorcery. I'm definitely not playing this, so this goes like the bottom of C. Now we have Skull Prophet, which is a 2 mana black-green human druid creature 3/1. This card I think is sick. I think this card is fucking amazing. So you've got a 2 mana, like, mana dork. You don't really want to be paying more than 2 mana for your dorks. But also you have the option to instead mill yourself for 2 cards. So obviously that's so sick. And it's on a 3/1 body as opposed to Paradise Druid. It's 2/1 body. I think this card's amazing. Especially because, like, you know, Golgari has the whole, like, mill yourself kind of aspect to it. Seems to be feeding into that. So yeah, Skull Prophet, very nice card. This is definitely going in B because it is clearly fucking good. Chittering Harvester, which is a 6 mana, 4/6 nightmare creature with a 5 mana mutate. That states whenever this creature mutates, each opponent sacrifices a creature. So I think this is just inherently worse than the shark guy. Like, yes, they still hold on to the guy with the shark one, but having your opponent, like, allowing them the option of what they get to sacrifice just seems like kind of slightly worse overall, realistically. This isn't terrible, but I think it's like a C tier mutate rather than it's not like a D tier mutate, because at the very least you're still evening off card advantage. And it does say each opponent, so it's like it works in Commander if that's your thing. But Chittering Harvester, ultimately, you're going in C, man. So that was part 2. Hopefully you enjoyed that. Ikoria is really shaping up to be quite the set, and I really can't wait for the rest of the spoils for this set to come out. I think it's going to be an absolute blast to draft, and there's definitely nice build around cards in this set, especially compared to Theros. So hopefully Standard can definitely see an amount of a mix up because of this set. Hey, so thanks for watching this video to the end, and again, if you enjoyed this video, please consider liking, commenting, and subscribing and hitting the bell icon if you enjoyed it. And also, if you really enjoyed it, go follow us on Facebook and Twitter if you like magic memes, and go follow us on Twitch as well, where you get to watch videos like this happen live. And obviously that means you get to interact with us as well, and we're pretty cool. You'll like us. Anyway, just thanks a lot, and we'll see you in the next video.